Rise and shine, everybody. It's time to wake and bake with Craig Reed and Griff Martin.
Look at all those. Let me pull my microphone up here so y'all can hear me. How y'all doing out there this Monday morning, December the 9th, 2024? And it looks like this is a Stoned Roadie show. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stoned Roadie. And this be podcast number 256. Action. Well, good morning, fellow earthlings and slaves to this society. Looky here, looky here. Like I said, my name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stoned Roadie. And with me, not today, like he always most always is my co-host and the rocket scientist and my co-pilot, Griff Martin. But Griff left for North Carolina yesterday afternoon, and he's going to be an on the road with Griff Martin. He's going to go up there to North Carolina. He used to have some property up there, and he's going to go up there and take his new camera that our friend Robert Wheatley's been turning us on to, the Osmos 3. This baby right here, yeah, that little sucker, man, they're great. And, oh yeah, by the way, talking about the Osmos 3, Griff said Jeff put in a bid for 300 on that because we had a bid for 250 on it. But I remember him saying either, write me at the stoneroadie@gmail.com and confirm that bid, or it wasn't going to be any goods. But I didn't get that. I didn't get no email. So I don't know what's going on with that, but what I was going to do, like I said, I'm doing this on my own and this morning, and I just decided to do it, so it's not going to be very together, but we're going to do it anyways. I got brain damage, and I'm not qualified for to do these podcasts. I normally rely on, I just show up like I've always said, and Griffin does them, and when Kathy Godsey does Saturday night specials, she puts them together. And since we're talking about her, me and her are going to do a Christmas special and a New Year's special. She does all the specials, but Griff, he's not going to be back until after the first of the year. He doesn't want to obligate himself to do anything until after the first of the year. So I don't know what the schedule's going to look like. Griff suggested that I did some some best of and post those, and so it would alleviate me of doing these and put me back on track to get those doggone prizes out to y'all, because if I tried to I tried to do 2 or 3 of these a week, ain't no way I'm gonna get them prizes out and do these things, you know. So that's the way that's gonna run. But so we'll see what's gonna happen here. But yeah, so far the next scheduled thing, I might do some best of. Griff made me a best of. We did a best of intro, so just to prepare. But I don't know. It just seems like if you wanted to watch a best of, you could just go back and pick one you like. But we'll see how it goes. But I don't know. Heck, I see. The reason I wanted to do one of these, today is it's been kind of wanted to do one of these today. Kind of apropos, in my opinions, because it was 51 years ago when I met Lynyrd Skynyrd. So it's kind of a memorable day for me this last few days. I spent 5 days with him, and as far as I can recollect, I met him on December the 7th, and up at in Kent at the Holiday Inn at Gilcrest Road. They were checking in there, and a woman at the front desk asked me if I ever heard of the band The Who, and I went, well, yeah, of course I have. And she said, well, I'm gonna put you in the rooms right next to them. I'm going, yeah, right. So I go around there, and there's an Econoline van sitting there with a U-Haul trailer on the back of it, and Kevin Elson, who I didn't know at that time who that was, and Joe Barnes were unloading luggage out of it. And I come up and I said, who are y'all, the hotel band? And he goes, no, we're Lynyrd Skynyrd, and hell, I didn't ever heard of Lynyrd Skynyrd. That was before they, I'd heard some of their songs. I think I heard Three Steps and Freebird on the radio. But so then Gary and Alan and Billy stuck their head around the corner and asked Joe and Bob, Kevin, to ask me if I had some weed, and I just happened to have some, so I had a little baggie in my pants pocket, and I said, here, you can just have this. They go, we can't afford that much. I goes, no, you can have it, So we were in them same rooms, but so we just started talking. I was with some woman. I went up there to spend the weekend up there just to get out of Dodge for a few days, and so I had a lady with me, and we just partied with them. That one night we got there, I think it was a Thursday or a Friday night. I don't remember now. And so then they had a show the next night at the in Kent State at the Kent auditorium, and then they had one the next night at the Akron auditorium where they had the wrestling matches before they had all that other stuff, and then they had a show at the Smiling Dog Saloon up in Cleveland, and it snowed real hard that night, December 7th. It snowed real hard, and I was helping them carry their guitars and stuff out and put them in the car and stuff, and I checked out of the hotel, and I went back. I came back to right here where I'm at right now, and they called me the next day, and my parents were here. I was divorced at that time. I moved back home, and my parents were kind of older than me, so I was helping them out. And my mom come to the thing, and she said, the door said, that band you were with, they're on the road. They're on the phone for you. So I came in. And it was Ed. Wanted to know if I had anything that would keep them up while they were driving where they had to drive. So I said, yeah, come on by. So they came out here to this house, and I hooked them up. And Ed asked me if I ever would consider working for him. I said, doing what? And he goes, well, you've been hanging around for like 5 days there. You got along with everybody, and everybody liked you. Seems like you could learn, what you would need to know relatively quick. You being a mechanic and stuff, and I didn't think much about it. And another woman that I know, about 2 weeks later, called me and said, "Hey, you met that band Lynyrd Skynyrd, didn't you?" And I goes, "Yeah." And she lived in Melbourne, Florida. She said, they're playing at Alex Cooley's Ballroom in Atlanta. Why don't you meet me there? I said, yeah, okay, I could do that. So I flew down to Atlanta and actually took a suitcase and actually planned on joining, being a part of that band. I swear to God, it was just that kind of an inclination. And I got down there, and when we got to the venue, the band was on stage, and I knew how to get in from hanging around with them for a few days. I had some of those skull and broad crossbones stickers like that right there, and I used that as a backstage pass, and they accepted it, and I come up to behind Ed's amp while they were on stage playing, and I goes, "Hey Ed, what's going on?" So after the show, he actually went to Ronnie and asked Ronnie to hire me, and Ronnie said, "Are you out of your mind? That Yankee?" Said, "Yeah, he's a nice guy, but uh, I got friends in Jacksonville. I've been promising a job for years, and you want me to hire some Yankee? Are you crazy?" And Ed said, "Man, I think he'd do good." So Ronnie said, "Well, all right, if that's what you want to do, but if he don't work out, I'm gonna beat your ass." So yeah, so that I went from there and went down and started staying in Jacksonville. And me and Ed and Bob Burns had rooms at the 8 Days Inn. It was $8 a day, and it was in Orange Park. So we were out there, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, and I think I stayed out there with Billy one night, either before or after the first. No, no, I think the first night I stayed was with Gary, and Gary had to stay there, and he didn't want to stay there. Yeah, that was the first night there. So I said, well, heck, I'm staying at the 8 Days Inn. I'll just stay here. And Gary was so happy. He went out and picked me a mushroom and came in and gave it to me. And Gary handed me a mushroom, and Ronnie handed me a 22 rifle and said, "Okay, here you go. Guard this place for us." So yeah, that was my first night at staying at the Health House. And then I stayed out there with Billy one night and then stayed out. Yeah, and then yeah, that was before Artemis. But anyways, yeah, that was all 51 years ago, and and then I went down out to L.A. After I stayed down there a few days but they were going into rehearsals to go out to the Muscle Shoals, California, the record plant in Hollywood, California. That's where they recorded their first album, or their second album, God. So yeah, I drove out there. Me and Joe Barnes drove out there, and then the first person I met was John Lennon over here, and that was pretty amusing. But yeah, that was all 51 years ago. Right here in this December the 7th. So. But I was kind of sitting here reminiscing about how I was going to start this thing. So I'm going, God, 51 years ago, and I was a roadie for this band. And here I am doing podcasts about this band that's been gone for 50 years. I mean, that's just kind of wild. So it kind of, I had this backdrop in my repertoire, whatever you want to call it, along with a couple more. But yeah, So, these are kind of some bands that, might Elvis there, he was real cool, but I don't, Elvis would, if his roadies did a podcast, would anybody be watching them? I guess I would. They would. John Lennon, and I don't know that Michael really had a steady road crew, and George. I never met George. I met all the Beatles except for George, and then Jimi Hendrix. But yeah, I imagine. Well, Lemmy from Motorhead was Jimi Hendrix's guitar roadie, from what I have heard. But yeah, let me see. I got another one of these things up here. I had. But anyways, yeah, I don't know how these next few podcasts are going to roll, but I'll try to do my best to do as many as I can and still get these prizes out to y'all people, because I sure want to do that. There's a whole bunch more rock stars that have gone their way, but yeah, I don't know many of them that had roadies that would have a podcast that people watch. So I feel pretty special. I'm sitting here, I tell you what. Sure do. But anyways, what the heck am I going to talk about today? That I talked about those cameras, and I said, but yeah, I don't know, Jeff. You didn't give your official notification on that $300, so not sure what to do, because I was gonna I looked and to see if you sent in your official verification, like Barney would say, looking for his official verification for the wanted posters, but I couldn't find it. So I was going to issue you the winner with $300 bid, so you could get that for Christmas time, but we didn't get your official verification. So if you really want that camera, let us know, because if not, I'll just I guess we're not getting too many offers on them. I don't guess too many people have an extra $300 to spend on a camera, but that's less than half price. I mean, Robert Wheatley, the thing that he wanted to donate some money to the survivors, but he does these cameras and these cell phones and all kind of stuff like that. So he kind of figured, well, he would give some Skynyrd fans or whatever chances to get some of these electronics at like half price, which is like, wow. But that's not working out very good, because the cameras are costing him more than we're getting for them. So, it's stupid. We just take the money from him. We're losing money on the deal. He wants to donate a certain amount of money, but he's donating these cameras, and they're not selling for what he's got in them. So I don't. We'll after we do this one here for Christmas, we'll try one more and see what happens. But I guess then from then on, if anybody does want a deal on a camera or a phone or any kind of electronics or stuff like that, we'll try to run it through Robert and see if he can get a deal for you. But yeah, these doggone auctions don't seem to be working out very good on these cameras. But $300 is a lot to spend. $350 is like we would like to get $400, because they're $700 cameras, with tax and everything. But we'd like to get $400 for them, because that's a donation to the survivors, So, but yeah, if we can't do that, we'll just have to use an alternative here. So that's about it with the camera, and What else we got here? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Huh. Oh, yeah. Another reason I wanted to give my acknowledgement to Brian Matheson. Donated another $80 to Gene, and he donated $100 before, and 50 of that went to Leslie, and 50 of it went to Gene. So, that's cool. Gene's kind of got some extra medical bills now and could use the help, but yeah, it's Christmas time, so yeah, I realize your money's tied up, and I never wanted ever to make this doggone podcast anything about money, so that drives me crazy to do this. But it is helping these people, and I'm the only one that seems to be have any kind of influence at doing at helping them. So, but it's something I enjoy doing, but well, it's not really something I enjoy doing. I don't like to ask people for money. I notice somebody suggested that they thought I should trademark the name, the STONED Roadie. The only reason I would do something like that is if I planned on making money off the name, the STONED Roadie, and I have no intention of doing that, so I don't see any need to trademark the name, the STONED Roadie. So that, yeah, I do have a few questions that people wanted to ask, but I need to. And this, the STONED Roadie Show, it's brought to you by Wheaties, for breakfast of champions. So, yeah, grab you a bowl of Wheaties. And while we're talking about grabbing a bowl of Wheaties, I think that's sounds like a good idea. Well, let's see. Where's my pipe here? Yeah, you'll notice I got my my big lighter. I guess these lighters, they just have a little lighter right inside there. That's all they are. You think it's a big one, but it's just a regular lighter inside the thing. But you notice I got it tethered. I got it tethered to my desk, so when company comes over, they can't steal my lighter. I couldn't find one before the show, so I'm using this one. But excuse me while I whip this out. Actually, I'm just eating up time because I don't have anything else to talk about. And I hate to come on here and call this podcast 256 and have it just be 10 minutes long. So I'm cheating a little bit, but anyways, yeah, I do have a page of questions. They keep forgetting about these. Oh God. Let's see. I know it's not together. We're not together yet today, but I've already explained that. I'm not together, I'm not very, y'all know I have brain damage, but it's not bad enough to be fat, but and some people say, well, I'm fat and I could pull off doing a podcast, and yeah, it's a different kind of stupid, I'm stupid about doing podcasts, and you're stupid about being fat. It's a different kind of stupid, so, everybody's a little bit stupid. I'm just not, I got enough self-esteem not to be fat, that's all. Oh boy, I piss some people off, but that's the way I feel about it. Y'all know I was obese. When I was obese, I thought I was a stupid son of a bitch. That's why I lost the weight. So how else am I gonna feel about you? You know, stupid son of a bitch. You have no idea. I'm so much happier when I'm this size instead of being a big fat son of a bitch. But anyways, whatever. Have it your way. Have it your way. Yeah, you're used to that, ain't you? Yeah, really. Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, the questions here. Excuse me. But, yeah, let me have a hit of my coffee here. And got a little warm here yesterday. It was warmer than it has been here in Ohio. What's the newest news? Did you hear about the newest news on the guy that shot that um, CEO of that insurance company? Yeah, they found that backpack and it's full of Monopoly money. Yeah, that's a dark sense of humor, isn't it? But it's kind of amusing. I mean, I don't know, man. They got all kind of. I'm kind of thinking that kid whoever that is wearing a mask. You know, I mean, they got masks that look just like, because he was standing there in some of them surveillance cameras just showing his face. I think he's got a mask on it, and I don't know. That's a weird one. There's some weird stuff going on though. A lot of weird stuff going on. A lot of conspiracy theories that are actually facts, but there's a bunch of brainwashed fat sheeple who are too indoctrinated to accept the truth. It's one of my Facebook posts today. Proud of that one. Oh yeah. So, anyways, let me blow my nose. I think I've told you before. My nose is burned out from snorting cocaine with all them Skinner people. That was a lot of fun, though. I don't regret it. If I had it to do all over again, I'd kind of do it the same way. It was a lot of fun, in my opinion. Yeah. But oh, so the questions here. Um, well, I don't think there were many about the band. There was a bunch of jibber jabber questions, but or yeah, comments or whatever. Let me see. I kind of messed up here and printed over this one page. Oh, what was that? The last one. One of the guy wanted, I can't remember his name. Oh, Homer Hancock, yeah. He said, I suppose those T-shirts that you guys are going to have a pocket in them. He said, if they aren't going to have a pocket in them. He said, if they had a pocket in them, I'd buy one. But, you know, I don't really wear T-shirts anymore, but I don't like the ones with pockets in them. If I did wear one, I wouldn't want to wear one with. I guess you smoke cigarettes, so you like to stick them in your pocket. But yeah, I don't prefer pockets in my T-shirts, and I don't think I would have any Stone Roadie t-shirts made with pockets in them, unless Dave the Disciple wants to put them in there, but I don't know. Yeah, so that's the answer to that question. And let me see, where's page 2 here? Find that, yeah, Craig, find that damn tackle box. Yeah, people are kind of interested in me finding that tackle box. I've kind of been thinking about that. I've kind of, I think I hid it from myself so I wouldn't sell anything out of it, because I was kind of pissed off at myself for selling that bobber, but been thinking about it. There's some, I'm sure there's some stuff in there that I would sell, but it would be a donation to the forgotten survivors. Wouldn't be no money I keep for myself. I'm sure that Ronnie would get a kick out of me selling stuff out of his tackle box from all these years to help Ronnie help out the survivors. I know Ronnie would want to help out the survivors. So yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some of those. I wonder what I could get for that Peel Pocket Fisherman donated to Survivor Fund from Ronnie Van Zant. Yeah, there you go. That's how I'll write the document of authenticity. Oh, yeah. From Ronnie Van Zant to the Forgotten Survivors Fund out of his tackle box. That's amusing, huh? Oh, let me see. Because I'd be a dirty son of a bitch if I was to sell something and keep the money. That's for damn sure. So I don't have any other choice, really, unless I just don't sell anything. Think I'd like for some of you people to have some of this stuff, so. But I gotta find the damn thing first. I'll start looking for it. But yeah, James King, yeah, he wants me to find that tackle box. Joe Muller, he said an old friend of his had a long briar patch and at a drunken party, someone wrapped some of that sticky fly paper in his hair, and it was a heck of a mess trying to get out of there. LOL. Long-haired freaky people need not apply. Yeah, Joe Miller. I bought a dozen of those Krispy Kreme donuts last week and ate them all in one day. They're not bad if you if you don't eat them every day for a week. I don't know, Joe. It's been a long time since I had any donuts. When I was ordering foods for the crew for the day, I put on at the catering. It was no donuts. That was very specific. Because a lot of places when you have breakfast, they want to load you up with donuts. Hey, there's a bunch more of my friends. There's Elmer Fudd, and there's Tasmanian Devil, and there's Porky Pig, and let me see who that is. That's Daffy Duck. Yeah. Get out my romper room. About maybe a couple of you out there are old enough to remember Romper Room. Maybe a couple of you. That's an old one. Sylvester and what's that chicken's name? Oh God, I don't know. There's the coyote down there. How y'all doing out there? Bugs Bunny, there you are out there. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, back to Syria. On a serious note here. The other day on the end of the podcast, you had a guy talking about dumping gasoline out of the plane. That's what they didn't find. The plane had any crash. but the reason the plane went down was because it was out of gas. Um, how could they dump gas out of and be out of gas at the same time? I don't know much about aviation, so I don't want this to come across as come across wrong. I'm just curious. Well, yeah, there's a fuel dump on the plane. I don't know exactly the exact purpose for it. But if you're gonna, I guess that's what it's for. If you're gonna crash to dump the fuel, I don't know. But they were that same switch. There's a tank in each wing, and I guess since the one uh, uh, engine was not running, they tried to switch the fuel from the starboard tank to the port tank, and which is from the from the, well, looking at the plane, it would be the left wing to the right wing. They tried to transfer the fuel from the left wing to the right wing because that engine was running, but that somehow that switch is kind of close or connected to the dump, and you can actually dump the fuel in the tanks. And somebody was saying that they got confused, and instead of switching it from the left wing to the right wing, they actually dumped the fuel. Which, I'm like you, I don't know that much about it. I got flight simulators, but they don't have real fuel in them, so I'm not familiar with the actual stuff. But yeah, there is a dump, from what I understand. Yeah. And Brian G. Yeah, let's see the tackle box. Yeah. I'll find it, Brian. I'll find it one of these days. I'll get to looking for it here. Here's one. Ronnie, 5129. In 1972, when I lived in Jonesboro, Georgia, where the photo shoot from the Pronounced album took place. So yeah, Jonesboro, Georgia. I thought that was in Macon, Georgia. It must be kind of close because that's where that studio is, up there in Macon, at Capricorn. That's where they were. So I don't know how close Jonesboro is to that, but yeah. Craig said he only smoked when he drank. Didn't he say he drank all the time? Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, that was one of the issues. Yeah, I only drank when I smoked, but I drank all the time. Or smoked when I drank, yeah. Yeah, I got too much THC in my blood. Or blood in my THC, whichever Gene says. I don't know either. Oh, whatever. Craig, I read a story a couple days ago on Google, and it was about the time that Ronnie cut Gary's hands with a broken schnapps bottle. I remember it as being a brown beer bottle. I don't, not sure what color a schnapps bottle is, but I just remember it being a brown bottle, so it might have been a schnapps bottle, but I thought it was a beer bottle. The article said Artemis grabbed Ronnie and was able to manhandle him and pin him down to the bed and started talking to him, or said, or should I say, screamed at him, asking him, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I don't remember that. I don't think you would, with Ronnie with a beer bottle in your hand, you would want to grab him and start shaking him unless you're freaking out of your mind, which, was, no, I don't remember that. I remember the road manager. I was there. I mean, I wasn't in the room. I was in the room when we were calming Ronnie down after after. So I remember all that. I wasn't in there when he actually cut Gary's hand, when he broke that bottle over John Butler's head and then cut Gary's hands up with it. I was not in the room, but I was in there seconds after it happened. And me and I think it was John Wayne, the road manager, and Artemis was there. So it was us three. And but I don't remember Artemis grabbing him and screaming at him. No, I don't. I don't think that's exactly how that went down. As in my opinion, as I remember, I don't remember that the way it happened. Hey, Griff and Craig, tell Robert to send some of them drones and check them out. We got those drones, man. I got the drone, the goggles, the whole damn outfit, man. It's cool as shit. Those DJI drones, they're the best there is. They were trying to outlaw them, like I explained before. If you didn't see that podcast, they're the best ones out there. They're so good that American drone makers are trying to get them outlawed from being sold in the United States because they're so superior to the American-made ones, and they're made in China. And I hate to be saying what I'm saying, but Griff got one, and he was registering it, and he had did something wrong registering it, and he called just like I did, and I called the company and he got right through to him, and the customer service was excellent and no trouble at all. They're really good company, and they're right here in the United States is where the customer service is, and they're great. They're a great outfit. They're great drones, great cameras. Those cameras, man, that's what I'm saying. At $350, that's freaking half price. I mean, it's still a lot of money, but if you're looking for a camera, it's half price. He deals with all those electronic phones and all kind of stuff. So anybody looking for anything, just let us know. We'll go ask Robert. Oh, let me see what else we got there. That was from Big Cornbread. That one there was. Gonzo to me. Gonzo Tommy. Hey, Craig, did you see Griff's glow back there? I thought it's not flat, LOL. Oh, let me see. Winston Red Cross. Craig, thank you for answering our questions. Watching all these podcast episodes, I can see why the guys in Lynyrd Skynyrd liked you. Great show, Craig and Griff. Well, thank you. Yeah. Snake, who wrote that? Rev Randall. Snake venom is an anti-clot, blood thinner. And then I was trying to think of what kind of dragon that was that had the Ozempic has that dragon blood in it. It's a Komodo dragon. Yeah, it's a Komodo dragon. See there? I knew there was some kind of dragon, a Komodo dragon. It's supposed to have that's what's supposed to be made with their venom. Or some weird stuff. Oh. Hey, Griff, tell Craig I'm smoking some really good stuff while watching the Stone Roadie show. Let me tell you, Griff Griff, his shit is so strong I have to have it in my trunk or my car, and I can smell it as soon as I leave the front door of the house. No lie. Joe Schmo. Well, that's me and my wife are in the keto diet, no carbs. We also We also only eat meat intermediate fasting between uh, 11 a.m. and 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Um, I completely reversed my type 2 diabetes. It was a simple diet too. I'm not hungry. My weight has went from 200 to 165 over several months. I easily maintain my weight at 165. That's good. I stay right under there too. And I've been every day now for 2 years. I used to be a vegetarian like Artemis for 10 years, but not. But it was high carb vegetables, potatoes, corn, carrots, with bread. That was making me a fat bastard. uh, oh boy. Some of these aren't really related to. Uh, Good morning, guys. Hey, Craig, were you at the Willie Nelson Fourth of July picnic October or in July July picnic 1977 that Skynyrd performed at? Did Skynyrd still steal the sh- steal the show that day? Um. I would imagine. I don't really recall exactly that show, but I would imagine they pretty much stole the show everywhere they went. Skinner did, yeah. It's pretty much apropos. uh, oh, well, so. Did Skinner ever meet Led Zepp? I said before that we hadn't. I read somewhere Jimmy and Robert broke into Gary's place and took about 5 grand of items. Is there any truth in that? I don't believe so. uh, Tell us about the last days of Alan Collins. Did he have visitors? I heard no one visited him. Also, did Gary go to the funeral? I was on the road with Marshall Tucker during when all that happened, so um I don't know if Gary went to the funeral or not, to tell you the truth. Um and that's all I got. So yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not very together like, shows are kind of normally when Griff and Kathy Godsey put them together. Yeah, we're not going to do any shows scheduled except for when me and Kathy do one on Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. Except for I'll probably put up some bests of, which probably be Mike Sparks and Pops and Jacksonville Slim and ones that y'all have requested, but I don't know what I'll do yet. Griff said it'd be cool if we could find somebody to edit, the ones with some of the better ones and the better parts of them. But as I thought about that, people will watch certain parts of one, and if you cut it, they'll go, well, why did he cut it there? I wanted to watch more of him. So I don't know what to do. I'm stupid, so, I don't know what the hell to do. I'm not qualified to do these. I just try because y'all want to know about Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I guess I'm pretty much the only one of the only people on earth qualified to do these. So I've been told, so I'm trying to do my part and help out with keeping the Lynyrd Skynyrd legacy alive, I reckon. and try to help out those survivors, the forgotten survivors. So yeah, until the next time on the Stone Roadie Show, see you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token. Until then.